Off we go back into our adventure. Remember, we're dealing with ancient Miles. The two students are gone out in the forest, and what they're trying to do is build a pyramid of success. And one venture at a time, they're putting a block in place, and we're going to fill them in until all of them are in place. Each block is telling all of us what we can do to be more successful. If we do these things in your homework, at school, at home, whatever you're doing, you're going to become more successful. Okay? Now, we've already got 7 of the blocks down, and here's a quick review of those. First, we did hard work. Work before you play. That's important to remember. And don't complain when you're working. Enthusiasm, work and learn with passion. You've got to enjoy it. Friendship, to make a friend and be a friend. Loyalty, be honest and trustworthy with your friends. Always be truthful with your friends. Cooperation, seek the best way, not just your way. Self-control, control yourself so others won't have to. And finally, alertness, pay attention to learn and improve. See, if you do those things at school, you're going to be more successful. Okay, that success automatically follows these ideas. All right, so now, Teacher Miles will walk you through the forest. In the beginning here, there's a crunching sound. And it's coming from a tree near them. So they walk over to the tree, and there is Skittles the squirrel, and he's munching on a big crunchy walnut. Okay, Inch says to him, "Hi, can I excuse you just a minute from your meal? We're trying to find some clues to a pyramid of success. Can you help us?" Well, Skittles puts down his walnut, gets a little walnut crumbs off of his face, and he says, "Yes, I have your clue for you right here. I scurry round and round each day, taking action is my way. I get up and go and give it my all. When action's needed, I never stall. When I look for lunch to eat, I'm not afraid to risk defeat. Don't fear failure. Try your best. Take some action for success." A lot of good stuff in there Skittles was just talking about. Okay? When action is needed, I never stall. Now think about that. If you're at home and mom or dad tells you to do something and you do it right away, if you're at school and the teacher asks you to do something and you do it right away, if you're in anything like a band or a chorus or a football team, any kind of sports team, and the leader says to do something and you do it right away, that is going to make you more successful. Guarantee you, and I can say that as a parent, it'll make you more successful. Okay? Here's another real important thing. Now listen real carefully to this one. I'm not afraid to risk defeat. There are a lot of people, young and old, who are not doing everything they could be doing because they're afraid of failing. They're afraid of looking dumb. They're afraid of making a mistake and have everybody see them. Do you know when they did a survey of adults a long time ago asking them, "Why don't you want to do karate training?" The biggest answer they got was, "They don't want to look stupid." And I know exactly how that feels. Okay? But the parents who get out here will say to you, "We don't feel stupid," and they don't look stupid at all. In fact, when I see a parent working with their child, I think that's a hero. That's not someone who looks dumb. Okay? But don't be afraid to fail. Try things. We have a song maybe you've heard it 100 times playing, "Standing Outside the Fire." Within that song are the lyrics, "Life is not tried, it is merely survived if you're standing outside the fire." You've got to be in where the heat is, where the action is, where the passion is. If you do those things, you'll be more successful. Life is okay if you're just standing by and you're not taking any risks, but one day just goes into the next and nothing really changes. To grow, to get better, you've got to take risks. One day you may go to college. That's scary. But it's a risk and it's worth taking. Then you've got to get a job. That's a little scary too. But if you can learn how not to let fear get in your way, you'll do a good job. Okay? Now let me tell you a story about one person's failures. What do you think? Pretty cool? It's a simple little idea, but you didn't think of it, and I didn't think of it. It was a guy by the name of Thomas Edison a long time ago. Okay? He was tired of bumping into things at night. He wanted a nightlight. So he decided he was going to work and see what he could do. And you know something? Talk about success and failure. He got started in his lab, he put all the little elements together, and the very first time that he tried to do this, the very first time, he failed. He failed miserably. And he failed the second and the third and the fourth time too. Then he failed the 10th time, the 50th time, and the 100th time. He failed the 200th, the 500th, he failed the 1,000th time he tried. He didn't give up. He failed the 2,500th try. He failed 5,000 tries. It wasn't until he got almost 10,000 tries that he finally had the lights go on. That's a long, long time. That's not giving up because of failure. You see, what he thought of is he wasn't failing to figure out how to make it. He was learning how it could not be made. And he chipped down those things until there was nothing left. Okay? So the first time he did, he goes, okay, we do not make an electric light bulb doing this. So he knew, don't do that again. And he went on to the next thing. And eventually there was only so many ways that all these things can go together. The lights went on. He was asked by a reporter about 9,000 times. So you feel like a failure now? You didn't invent your light bulb? And what he said to her was, why would I feel like a failure? And why would I ever give up? I know now, definitely, over 9,000 ways that an electric light bulb will not work. Success is almost in my grasp. That's pretty cool. When might you have given up after like the 4th or 5th? Would you have hung in there if it was 250 or 500? That's a lot. That's somebody who believed enough in making something that he stuck with it. Any one of you could be the next one of these. Any one of you could. He was a little boy in school once, just like you. He didn't give up. Who knows, you might be the next one to invent something that changes the whole world because you learn not to let failure stop you, but to overcome it and keep on going. Okay? Then I'll be talking about your inventions one day. I'll be very old and the students will be new. Ancient Miles realized that the next block that they're going to put into their pyramid is action. Taking action. Not just sitting on the couch with the change the channel there, but getting up and doing things. Getting up and playing rather than sitting in front of the computer. Because getting out and playing is cool. You get in shape, you get exercise, you get fresh air. It's good stuff for you. Standing inside the fire is kind of cool. Here's how the coach said to the adults. Have the courage to make decisions and take action. Do not be afraid of failure, but learn from it. Okay? So now, with the first level of the pyramid is set. We have 3 out of 4 blocks. Next week, we're going to finish up the second level of our pyramid. We're getting there, and that was the end of this adventure. So, off our adventurers go to their next time. But before they leave, Skittle says, now, I hear you folks are going to be working on an obstacle course pretty soon. I'd like to show you some of the ninja training that our squirrels do, and watch what they're doing. And then they take all that, and they learn how to fight. Let's see how that works. The squirrel that did that obstacle course, do you think he was able to do it correctly the very first time he tried? No! But he didn't give up, obviously, and the people working with him to teach him these things didn't give up. So next time, don't you give up either. Okay? Good class. Give yourselves a hand.